News of Nissan's precarious state is no surprise. While the brand earned plenty of unwanted attention this week, following a Financial Times report that the company is on the brink of collapse, this has been building for years. Remember when Mitsubishi's Australian boss said there would be a bloodbath in the car industry? When Citroën pulled the plug on its Australian operation? When Zeekr, Xpeng, Leapmotor, Geely and Deepal announced plans to come to Australia? That all happened this year. The industry is changing rapidly and car companies are struggling to keep up. Especially Nissan. Global car giant Nissan is on the brink of collapse after longtime partner Renault revealed plans to sell off its interests in the Japanese car maker. Insiders claim Nissan, one of Australia's best-selling car brands, only has 1 year to survive, as the company scrambles to backfill the gaping hole Renault's departure will leave in its finances. Nissan is now searching for a new investor to ensure its survival beyond 2025, according to reports. Two people with knowledge of the talks reportedly said Nissan was seeking a long-term, steady shareholder like a bank or insurance group to replace some of Renault's equity holding. "We have 12 or 14 months to survive," a senior official close to Nissan said. The bombshell departure of Renault comes as Nissan attempts to finalize the terms of its new electric vehicle partnership with arch-rival Honda. A series of restructuring measures have been launched at Nissan on the back of declining sales in both China and the US, insiders said. French carmaker Renault has also signaled its willingness to sell its Nissan shares onto Honda as it restructures a 25-year partnership that began in 1999 when Renault saved Nissan from bankruptcy. Historically fierce rival in the automotive market, the Renault departure could be a blessing in disguise for Nissan and Honda as they plan an alliance to combat China's growing dominance of the electric vehicle market. Nissan and Honda are currently in talks to develop EV and software technology as China ramps up its own EV development and exports globally. "This is going to be tough," a senior official close to Nissan was quoted as saying to the Financial Times, "and in the end, we need Japan and the US to be generating cash." Nissan has been criticized for falling behind on hybrid technology, with rivals such as Toyota, Hyundai, and Kia having capitalized on the boom in petrol-electric models. Nissan does offer its own take on the hybrid theme with its e-Power models, which use a petrol engine only as a generator for an electric motor and battery pack. That tech is available in high-grade versions of the Qashqai small SUV and X-Trail family SUV in Australia. Indeed, Nissan currently has a raft of new or fresh metal on the way in Australia, with a facelifted Qashqai due early in 2025, while in other markets the brand has just refreshed models like the Kicks compact SUV, which plays a price-pivotal role in the US. The brand still hasn't launched the Area electric SUV in Australia, however, with some industry insiders questioning whether the model, which originally debuted in early 2022, will ever actually go on sale in Australia, with its debut having been pushed back multiple times over the past few years. An alliance between Honda and Nissan on EVs could help those brands find space to play in the North American market. A particularly poignant point, given the change in the political landscape that has seen re-elected President Donald Trump push for more jobs in manufacturing in the US. There is also potential for another Japanese carmaker, Mitsubishi Motors, to enter a potential Nissan-Honda alliance due to Nissan owning a 34% stake in Mitsubishi. While Nissan reportedly plans to cut that stake down to 24% as part of the ongoing restructure with Renault, it leaves the door open for a three-way Japanese alliance. Mitsubishi Motors has said no specific details had been finalized but refused to rule out a potential alliance. "We are currently exploring all possibilities and are eager to cooperate in areas where we can leverage our strengths," a spokesman said. Despite Renault cutting down its interests in Nissan, the French carmaker is not looking to bail out on the Japanese companies entirely. Insiders claim Renault is also mindful of China's growing power within the automotive industry and recognizes the power a Japanese alliance could represent in the rising EV war. The Japanese trio of carmakers would also be keen to leverage Renault's ability to unlock the European market, the report said. People with knowledge of the talks said broader collaboration involving Renault and Mitsubishi made strategic sense. although the French group added that there were no discussions at present to this end. Nissan Oceania's newly appointed Vice President and Managing Director Andrew Humberstone recently told industry publication Go Auto that the brand is aiming to recapture a top 5 position in the market, with plans to bring the brand's local heritage to life as it tries to increase its local sales share. We've been here for decades and yet we haven't told that story. This is something we're absolutely going to change, Mr. Humberstone told Go Auto. Motor Matrix has reached out to Nissan Australia for comment on the reports around its future on a global scale.